Now listen up. I'm on a request from a couple of you, so the introduction to today's video will be in an accent a wee bit unusual for a hellhound. It seems that we've dropped into the middle of some kind of family feud, you might say. It appears that, like many daughters, Arian Mercer is not getting along with her mother. And her mother does not seem to be the type you'd want to be crossing now, does she? Listen to the story, lads and lasses. Escape Attempt by Arian Mercer. When I woke, I was in a dark, dank cell, my arms numb from the position in which they were being held, wrists burning from the coarse rope biting into them. My head was throbbing from whatever they used to subdue me. Once I'd taken stock of my body, I familiarized myself with my surroundings. No one had come to see me, but a presence could be felt outside my cell. The tying of my hands would have been redundant, but I knew it was to keep me from touching the guards. They thought I had to touch them. How sweet of them to be so naive. Not even Mercy knew the extent of what I could do with the powers of my father. The little adventures to demonic clubs had not been for fun. They'd been learning experiences. How to control people by twisting their every fantasy. I'd curbed the use of my powers while I lived amongst the humans, but they were hardly dormant. Those powers were a part of me, not something I could just make go away. Patiently, I waited, because by now I knew my father would be worried. He knew there was no love lost between Mercy and myself. There would not have been a sleepover or catching up. She lost my respect when she sent her hunters to kill me. The question still remained as to why. Why send the justice demons after me for a crime I hadn't committed? The answers always eluded me. Asmodeus had not had any luck either in ascertaining the information, which was actually shocking given the depths of his connections here in hell. Straightening when the guard walked into my cell, my eyes took in every minute detail of his body. The way he walked in skin that looked human. That was a facade, I knew that much. Justice demons did not look like humans nor behave like them. He stood a good distance from me, a sword strapped to his back and clothing all leather. He was neither handsome nor ugly, and he didn't compare to the mocha-skinned familiar that I enjoy teasing. Another person that may be a little concerned about my quietness. I had not returned his message. My mind had been on seeing my mother. Distance won't save you. If you don't release me, you will be walking from this cell with cum stains on your pants. His laughter at my words shook my body. I knew he thought as a justice dealer he was impervious to my powers. Their leader had been mated to Asmodeus. He was one of the 7 deadly sins, lust. So they were not impervious to my power, regardless of what lies Mercy filled their heads with. My chin was gripped roughly in his hands, my neck craned back, forced to look at him. You are nothing but a little whore. Nothing you can do will make me release you. Smiling up at him because he was clueless. My mother was his leader. Her people were the justice dealers in the demonic world. But my father was one of the 7, and he was close to his siblings, which my mother hated, since she could never pin any crime on them. Was Mercy even truly sick? At this point, I didn't care. Let her die. There may be nothing I can do for a release, but what if Wrath pays you a visit, or pays your family a visit? My aunt doesn't discriminate between men, women, or children. She could annihilate this entire branch of Demonica if she wanted, and you would be powerless to stop her. I maintained eye contact with him because, while his mind was thinking of my aunt, I was pulling and tugging on the fantasy that laid in his twisted mind. He was the one who'd tied me up. That seemed to be his kink. We all have them. Everyone enjoys fucking, no matter what a person says. They enjoy feeling another body connected with their own. Everyone has their own reasons for it, whether it be for power, love, lust, or money. Maybe you would rather fuck the whore. Make use of me being tied up, huh? I gave the ropes a little pull as I brushed my body against his own, and there laid the truth. His cock was already hard with need. My breath was a whisper by his ear as my teeth sank into the lobe. How long has it been since you fucked another? How long since you had something other than your hand surrounding your cock? Tendrils of my power curled up around him as my body moved slightly against his. Would I let things go that far for my release? Fuck yes. I was a demon of lust, just as my father. Power prickled beneath my flesh. The demon wanted satisfaction. Didn't truly matter how we got it. My back hit the wall as his large hand started groping me. Now this was the part that I couldn't control. If I could only teach him how to touch a woman's body properly. But I moaned and writhed in all the right places and times. I need to feel your mouth on me. I want you to taste what you've done to me. Sometimes you just have to lead a male to giving you what you wanted. And let's face it, most males think with their dicks, especially if they think they can fuck someone. His hands deftly undid my pants, pulling them down my legs. I stepped out of them before he pushed my legs further apart. Down on his knees he went, like a good boy, lifting me up just enough to drape my legs over his shoulders. The moment he leaned forward, my legs tightened around his neck, twisting his body until I could hear his neck snap. He's not dead, but it might give me enough time to leave this hellhole. Using his body as leverage, I lifted myself enough to unhook the rope. Then, yanking my pants back on, I grabbed the cell key and left him there. The corridor was dark. I had no way of knowing exactly how to get out. As I passed by the cells, I could hear the other demons talking to me, begging me to open their cell doors. It was tempting to fuck my mother over by opening them, but some demons had actually done heinous crimes and did deserve to be here, rotting away. Clearing my mind, I called out to my father, hoping he could hear me. He would be my only hope if I got caught. So, now the questions begin, don't they? Arian, will she escape? Will her father hear her plea for help? Or will she be recaptured and punished further? I have no clue. How would I know this? You'll have to read more from Arian Mercer and find out for yourself, won't you now?